our enemies, who are mostly privileged and white, had to invent a new term to describe us: multiracial white supremacists. But the real reason they hate us is because we're fun.
What does the gorilla represent? Is that a new?
That's a dedication to Harambe.
Oh, okay.
Again, our group is about comedy and fun.
We like to sometimes cause some shenanigans.
Something that does bring people together is comedy, a sense of humor.
It's just a fun time.
The internet's a lot more boring without us.
Yeah,
We're coming back.
Yeah.
The Proud Boys are suing the SPLC. It's about time, right, Tabby?
Yep.
Proud Boys news, folks. This just in. When we last saw Enrique Tarrio, he was in Venezuela. Now he's in Washington, D.C. This is history in the making here, folks. The Proud Boys are suing the SPLC.
We're also looking at our options to take legal actions against Facebook, the Daily Beast, the BBC, Chase Bank, and Sean King.
I'm going to play you part of this press conference from Monday, May 20th, 2019. I encourage you to watch the entire thing by clicking the link below to the original by News to Share, and thanks to the guy behind News to Share for permission to use part of this video. Also, towards the end of this video, you'll see an icon for his channel that you can click on, subscribe to his channel. He does amazing work, and also consider donating to him because he's the one that brings us the primary videos that generate so much news. If you've been keeping up with our videos and written reports about the Proud Boys, see the links below for all that. You know that they've been lied about by the likes of the Daily Beast, who also, by the way, have tried to dox Tabby and I. You know, they call us alt-right and all that kind of blah, blah, blah. And also by the SPLC. Proud Boys, not us. I've criticized the SPLC in past videos for lying about Maji Nawaz, and I've done that so many times, I'm not going to play that again. But I've also reported how one of their main heads had to resign because it turns out, or at least he's been accused so many times of being blatantly racist. Okay? The SPLC, they just lie about people. I'm not saying that everything they say is a lie, but they do lie a lot. Now, the News to Share video begins with Jacob Engels, who says he's an investigative journalist, Tabby, who for the last couple of years has been embedded in the Proud Boys trying to find all this racism and this homophobia and this Islamophobia that they're accused of. And I encourage you to listen to what he said about what he found, or perhaps failed to find. After that, Proud Boys chairman Enrique Tarrio then spoke, noting that they chose to hold a press conference because this is where the infamous, if you remember, the whole Covington Catholic kid thing happened. Right there. Because, well, look at the connection. In both cases we have mainly groups of boys, by the way, not all entirely white, but, you know, of course they're considered a white nationalist and etc. when some of them aren't. Both of them have been lied about by the media very often, demonized by the media, and I'm going to say it's also kind of coming from the same drive that leads to the destruction of the Boy Scouts, for example.
Yeah.
It seems to me like it's tied up in this whole thing where it's not just white, heterosexual, non-transgender men, but, you know, that's like the bottom of the barrel in the view of the people who are attacking boys' clubs. But if you're black or whatever, or if you're gay or transgender, and you are perceived to be right-wing, then by these far lefties, then all of a sudden it's okay to attack you too, and you're kind of lumped in with white nationalists and all that sort of thing. But it's this weird, sick thing that society, or at least our kinds of societies, the English-speaking world and probably France and Germany, where it's a sick thing now where it's like, go after the men, especially the boys, especially if they're white, but not exclusively if they're white, and especially if they're hetero and cisgender, in other words, not transgender. What the hell is that all about? Why the demonization of that, of men in general, but more specifically the things I mentioned? Why is that? I think as a society we're like in the grips of it, so perhaps it's hard to understand, but a few of the Proud Boys in this press conference do take note of that fact. And also the connection, not the connection, but the similarity. You know, the Boy Scouts do humanitarian and charity work, so do the Proud Boys. But the media says, oh, they're all Nazis, blah, blah, blah. Really, they are a boys' club, okay? The Boy Scouts, the Proud Boys, and other things, they serve this function. Look, society has been doing this forever, since well before recorded history. There's girls' clubs, there's boys' clubs. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to destroy that for the sake of equality or anything like that. It's actually
No,
ridiculous.
But for the sake of communism, you must destroy the ego of both sides. And since men tend to be ballsier, you gotta destroy them young. So they start doing that by basically defecating on boys' clubs.
It's an interesting perspective.
We're not only doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for Alex Jones. We're doing this for Roger Stone. We're doing this for Laura Loomer. We're doing this for Milo Yiannopoulos. We're doing this for Gavin McInnes and all other conservatives that have gone through the same thing that we're going through right now.
On sort of a personal level, what does that do to you when you're, I've heard this term like unpersoning, like
Yeah.
Laura Loomer has been talking about that a lot. Like, how does it sort of make you guys feel? How does it affect your day-to-day lives to be unpersoned?
It is unpersoned and because it goes beyond just censorship on social media. Because if it was just social media, you know, we'd still be out here, but it's a lot more. I've lost my bank account to this because of my political views.
PayPal was shut down.
PayPal shut us down, and they sourced the SPLC as a reason to shut down people.
They have used Facebook, social media, the SPLC, all of these groups to, in a sense, unperson us and make us the boogeyman that we're not.
Keep in mind, folks, that I do have a webpage where I collect news sources, mostly our own articles and videos about how the Proud Boys have been lied about by the media. If you remember, folks, there's that one video where I actually got the guy from the Daily Dot on the phone. I think the editor-in-chief on the phone, where I basically, you know, I caught him in asking him about why they lie about the Proud Boys. I basically caught him in various lies about the Proud Boys. Also, there's another link to another webpage where it's about our various articles and videos about unpersoning of Enrique Tarrio, as well as other people in you know that have been accused and slandered by the likes of the SPLC and so on. And also subscribe to us on BitChute, because as they mentioned in this press conference, just talking about the Proud Boys honestly is enough to get a channel shut down or somebody kicked off of social media and whatnot.
But if I post like some type of funny content, comedy or something like that, I get shut down for it. At this time, I've had personal friends of mine put pictures of me with no context behind it, just a picture of me, and they get banned 30 days.
So you can expect by the virtue of doing, you know, telling you the truth about the Proud Boys and Antifa and other taboo subjects, Tommy Robinson's another one, talking honestly about these people and these things is just enough for them to kick you off of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc. So make sure that you subscribe to us on BitChute, because they don't do that. It's like YouTube, but it's a non-bullshit, non-censoring version of YouTube, BitChute. So see the link below for that, folks. And again, thank you very much to News to Share for permission to use part of that video. Make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Love, life, light, liberty, and leaping laughter. See you next time.